Hi, I'm Gonzalo Martin, and I play Sean Diaz in Life is Strange 2.
What is going on, guys? I am MC Fixer here with How to Kill an Hour. You know who this gentleman is. Let's get into it. Like, all the other interviews, softballs. I'm the hard one. Nah, I'm joking. How are you feeling? You're in London. You are here. We are talking about Life is Strange 2. What's it like for you?
I'm very thankful to be here. London's amazing. I can't believe that I got brought all the way over here, and this experience so far has been really cool. And meeting all different interviewer fans or interviewers, and just getting the opportunity to tell them a little bit about how this experience was.
So let's start there. How was it? Life is Strange 2. Obviously, Life is Strange as a franchise is huge. The first game was so popular, people love it, and then you get brought in for the sequel, and here we go. We start. How was you feeling about all that?
Right. Well, I didn't know that I was working on Life is Strange 2 until like a month before it came out.
Damn.
Yeah. But so like all of my recordings were kind of, in the blind.
Yeah.
But once I knew, what I was working on, it felt amazing because I knew how big like the gaming industry is and how big like the Life is Strange world and the fans are. How
so
hardcore
you actually
they are.
knew of the IP once you knew what you was working on?
Right, exactly. I played a little bit of the first game in order to like get the feel for the work that we had to do.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any confirmation that it was that game that we were working on.
You.
And when I did find out that it was that, I was very excited and very happy because like it feels amazing to be a part of a game that has such a big impact. I mean, the first one had a huge one, and I'm sure this second one, once it's all out, is going to have a huge impact as well, and I'm really, really happy to be involved in it.
So the audience is obviously, they love the previous two characters.
Yes.
How is that coming into a role where people are instantly going to be comparing the two? They're instantly going to, they're very, very different characters.
Yes.
Very different, but the instant is going to be, they wanted this, and then they get you, which I think you do a fantastic job.
Thank you.
But how is that?
I think it's very interesting. This is the first time I'm experiencing this. First time I'm, involved in a game or something that has a prequel or something previous to it.
Got you.
And I understand why a lot of people are really like committed and hardcore to the previous characters and why they fell in love with them so much. I mean, I think there was like 2 or 3 games of Max and Chloe.
Well, you've got the episodes. You've got the one game and then the 5 episodes like that.
Right, exactly. But like
and then you had
before the
Life
storm.
Before the storm.
Exactly.
So you got 2, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. And that really allowed the fans to like really fall in love with those characters. I just hope that they give these new characters a chance. What I really like about Square Enix about Life is Strange is that they take the opportunity of each new game that they make, to target it and tell a different story from a different minority group whose story needs to be told, so that we can shine a light upon it, and all those stigmas and all those things can stop being such a taboo, and it's more of a normalized thing that we can now talk about, and that's the first step to changing people's mindset and changing the world.
So is this your first video game role that you've done?
Yes, it is.
So how was that? Obviously, you've done previous work beforehand.
Yes.
And then you come into the video game world, you're in a VO booth, and you're portraying this character. How was that for you as an actor?
It was very interesting. It was my first voiceover gig, so I had to learn a lot from the get-go, and it's so different from film and theater, where I actually come from, where you actually have someone to work off of, or materials or stuff to grab. In a voiceover booth, all you have is the mic and like maybe a pencil to imagine that it's whatever, like this is an apple.
Did you actually do that with a pencil?
I actually did that. But in order to really get, I realized how hard it was going to be, because it's just me working with myself. So I really had to pull from like my own experience and my own emotions and stuff like that. And so in order to like get to that point, I did like my previous work. I went to the street and I slept in the street like Sean does, in order to get to what he really is living through.
Yeah.
And so having to beg for money, or sleep on cement, or just being cold out, or being super alert at night because you don't know your surroundings or what could happen. And those are all the type of things that Sean goes through along with Daniel, that since I hadn't lived them ever in my life, thankfully, I had to put myself through those things in order to actually pull out a truthful, performance.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. for you, is this probably one of the most challenging roles that you've had then, would you say? Because you couldn't go off of anything really that you've been through. Because that's usually what an actor does, right?
Yeah.
You can sort of tap into certain aspects of life.
Right.
And then you can sort of emulate that out into your art.
Yeah.
With this, you couldn't really do that because you hadn't been through the same experiences as your character.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, as an actor, whenever you do have like new work, any new character is going to feel challenging, and it's going to feel like, oh, I've never done this before, so I've never done this story before. Am I going to do good? But definitely, the combination of having it be my first voiceover gig, my first game, and also a completely different type of acting, definitely made this whole experience like the most challenging that I've had so far in my career. And also the fact that I've stayed with this character for over 2.5 years.
Yeah. Is that new as well? Because obviously, doing theatre, I suppose you're playing the same character over and over. And then you said you did film before, is that correct?
Yes.
So you do a film role, and it's sort of done, and you move on to the next project.
Yes.
Is this like super strange to be? It's been a long process, I'm assuming, compared to something else that you've done.
Yes, it has been. Like I recently finished shooting a movie, and that was like 1 month of shooting, and still like just in a month you get so tied to your character, but all the other characters and all the other actors, and just a month feels like so long. And this has been like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And I remember the last day that we recorded, I couldn't believe it. Like, I actually didn't believe it. It had been so long since I came to the studio to record, left, come back, record. And then when it was actually done, I remember getting in my car and thinking like, I'm never gonna park here again. I'm never gonna drive back here thinking, oh, what are the lines that I have to do today? I'm done. Like, I'm finally done. And I'm done with this character, and it's been 2.5 years that I've been with him, and that I've been coming here, and I've been working with these people, and it just, I don't know, it was a feeling of like emptiness, but at the same time, it was so much fulfillment for we did it. Like, we got to the end of the road, and we did it. We finished a game, and it took us this long, but the one thing that I'm really happy about Life is Strange, I would leave every session exhausted, drained, emotionally and physically, because they would have me crying in there for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
So I would leave exhausted and even mad, but I would always leave with a sense of pride that we had done amazing work that day, and that rest assured that what you recorded today is good, and you did it. And when we finally finished the whole game, it was oh wow. We did it with the whole game.
Have you played it from start to finish?
I have not. I'm not really good with games, especially these ones that you're supposed to discover the world around you. I get kind of lost, but I also don't have that much time. But I do love watching fans play through it.
Cool.
I love watching you guys' reactions.
Yeah.
And I have seen all episodes played through, and I'm looking forward to seeing the fans play through episode 5.
Damn, dude. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Let's leave it there. I feel that's a perfect end off. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And thank you.
Thank you so much, man.